They're energetic, and when I say energetic, I mean energetic music. Packed clubs in the early 80s here in New Orleans. The Cold just released a new concert DVD that is trying to capture that experience. And if you lived back in the 80s and you went to a Cold concert, you know what I'm talking about. But it was such a fun show. Former guitarist of the Cold, Bert Smith, is with us on this 31st anniversary DVD. And what gave you guys the idea to come up with a DVD?
It's something we've been working on for a while, but also we find it's sort of a whole new generation of Cold fans. The old fans are loyal. Now it's their kids that are discovering the Cold. I'm always running into kids 20, 25 years old, to know about the Cold, and so that's always fun to hear from them. You know.
And you know, you've had for some reason there was just something that just clicked in that era, and then you have you know, Vance DeGeneres, Barbara Menendez, Kevin, and you and Chris on the drums. Right. I mean, it was just something magical about that era.
It did come together well. We came together at the right time too. That's when punk rock was still going strong.
Yeah.
People were rediscovering how much fun basic rock and roll could be. So it was a good time for us. And you know, you mentioned everybody in the band. We also had a good manager too, Bruce Spicer. He was great for us.
Yeah, and Bruce has gone on to write a bunch of Beatles books and stuff like that. I mean, he's a great local attorney in town. But I'm looking at you guys, and you know, you haven't changed a bit, Bert. I'm telling you what.
I don't know about that. Wish I could be that thin again. Yeah.
But I was just out in Los Angeles with Vance DeGeneres, and who has his career skyrocketed.
Oh, yeah.
And there's so much talk about bringing you guys back together. Is that possible?
It's possible, but you mentioned Vance. He's so busy out there running the Hollywood entertainment empire that he's the captain of.
Working with Steve Carell.
Right, so he's doing great. It's hard for him to get out of Los Angeles even for a few days so we could rehearse and get together. So.
And Barbara's got a new band out called The Help.
Barbara's got a great new band called The Help, and they're playing around town. I think they're kind of laying low this summer doing some recording, but I know they're going to be back out on the stage in September. So.
Now, what do you think it was that made you guys so popular, and why did it all fall apart?
Why did it fall apart? I don't know, but I have some theories about why it was popular. One is that we had a great lead singer, obviously, Barbara Menendez.
Barbara was fantastic.
Right. Bruce, again, our manager, got our record on the radio, and that was important. You know, our crowds went up by 10 times what they were before. And I think we were kind of a visual band, too, besides the music. So that's why it's nice to have this DVD out. People can actually see us playing the music.
Because the music was obviously great, but you guys were showmen. I mean, it was just a fun show to watch, and you know, anytime I'd go to see you guys, I don't think there was either there was no air conditioning back then, or it was just so hot everywhere.
Right. Actually, for this show, we had air conditioning brought into Jimmy's Club, which normally didn't have it, and still everybody you could see was sweating just tremendously.
Well, because there was so much energy, and not just you, but the crowd too.
The crowd, and it was the whole scene too, Eric. You know, there were other bands in town like the Normals, Sex Dog, I mean, RZA, so it was a great scene. People were bouncing from one club to another to see the local new wave and punk bands. It was a fun time.
And the sad part for me is I was doing a show called PM Magazine at the time, and I did one of the first stories on you guys, and I do not have that tape. I would kill to have that.
I wonder if Vance might have a copy. Let's call him.
Yeah, all right. Anyway, you can find out more about the band, their new DVD on their website, 3chordcity.com. What a great name for a website. 3chordcity.com. You can check out some of the previews of the DVD. Former guitarist for the Cold, Bert Smith, is not playing too much anymore, but you're ready to roll if there would be a reunion.
I'd love to do that, yes.
All right, you can even buy some old buttons and stickers with the Cold logo on it on the website. So I'll tell you what, for folks of us who remember the 80s, that's going to be a big selling DVD.